Paul is so modest and unassuming, and yet he's had such an enormous impact on the organization in his quiet, modest way. Paul's philanthropy, as well as his work developing the collections, has really made the archives what it is today, a national resource.
He does so much behind the scenes, but really is dedicated to help our community and to help keep a record of where we've been.
I think what has been critical of Paul's work, he brought his professional background at the New York Public Library. He brought his skills and intelligence into his role as volunteer chief archivist at Stonewall for decades, and really identified, again, primary sources that are the indisputable evidence of LGBT life in South Florida and in this region for decades. We have Paul to thank for that.
Because of the important role Paul plays at Stonewall, I think it can sometimes outshine his financial generosity, which is considerable. Paul's generosity has affected almost every agency in South Florida. He established the first endowed fund at our fund, and since that time he has created additional funds which will affect the lives of LGBT South Floridians in perpetuity. Paul's financial generosity matches his volunteerism, which is not an easy thing to accomplish considering he's one of the most ardent volunteers we have here in South Florida.
I was born in the Depression and raised in the Depression. We were poor, but my father was very proud, and he always told me that the way out of poverty was through education, and that was in essence the key to whatever success I had in my life. The most important, the most consequential influence for giving came from my lifetime partner, Robert Graham. We were together for 48 years. We were both fairly successful. Robert and I retired permanently to Florida in the late mid-90s. One of the first persons that I met was John Graves. He said, people who come down here and retire do one of two things. They sit on the beach and drink, or they do something good. And then he challenged me. He said, what are you going to do good? And for the past 25 years, I've been working with Stonewall. If Robert were here, I would have liked that he would get a major share of the accolades. Unfortunately, he died 10 years ago because he would have been very proud of this award. I still feel sort of shy about it. I don't think I've done a great deal. I've done what I think is right, and I will continue doing it.